All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Mixtape Show. It is time for our Artist of the Week interview. And this week's Artist of the Week is brought to you by Mix Mafia DJs. And this is a dope one, man. We typically have the artists, but this is definitely a good one. So, artists, if you're listening, tune in for this one. You're definitely going to pay attention to this, man. He goes by the name of Rob Schwartz. He is the CEO of Who Mag Distribution and Multimedia Company, and he's going to talk to us about his platform, man. So, first and foremost, sir, thank you for joining us here in the Mixtape Show. And how are you doing tonight, man?
Well, thanks for having me, and I'm doing wonderful, man. Another beautiful day, man. We're in Jersey. It was like 60 degrees out. It was nice out. So,
Ah,
beautiful day, man. Beautiful
beautiful
day.
day. Beautiful day,
Beautiful day.
man. So, man,
Yeah.
I definitely want to talk about your platform, man, because I'm very familiar with the name and everything like that. I know you do work with my sis MJ Savino too as well,
Oh yeah.
and
Uh-huh.
I see her. I see her always promoting everything. So it's dope to people within the circle to finally talk to her, man. So if
Yeah,
you
yeah.
don't mind, just kind of give us your background on yourself first of all, kind of how do you got involved here in the music industry and stuff, and just little for dummies version of what Who Magda actually is.
Well, that's probably about a whole hour and a half conversation right there.
That's okay.
So
Break it
let me
down.
try to dumb it down real quick. I started. I guess you could fast forward everything until I started out of college at Polygram Records. I worked, it was ILS distribution, put out Jay-Z's first single in my lifetime, Dougie Fresh, the AOI record, Blase Blase, Jerry the Damager, Beanie Man, Jail Felony. From there, got into songwriting, went to the West Coast, went up to Cali, worked with some of the Babyface's team as a songwriter, worked with some pretty dominant artists out there as an R&B writer. Didn't work out, came back to the East Coast, took a job on Wall Street, gave up music. That lasted about a good 3 months, and realized that, what it's in you, it's in you.
Mhm.
So I at that point started a company called Humag. It was a website, humag.net, 2001, and that was 20 years ago today, 20 years ago. So we were the idea was to be a magazine, print magazine. We had an investor that wanted to come on board, but he was BSing. So meanwhile, I put together this DVD. This was supposed to go to the investor for the print magazine.
Mhm.
It never happened. So I had an idea to put this out. I had no idea what I was doing. I was at the day job. So I actually found a book, a bunch of addresses, put this out, made out 300 copies at 300 DVD distributors back in 1995. No, I'm gonna say I'm kidding. No, 2005.
Mhm.
And it was the first DVD magazine picked up by Walmart's, Targets, Best Buys, Netflix. It was the first hip hop DVD ever. Netflix, when Netflix was the mail-in back in the
Mhm.
day, because there were a lot of DVD magazines that way before me, but it was clean. There was no curses, there was no guns, no negativity, stuff like that. And because of that, it got picked up by all the stores. Fast forward 2007, the DVD got really big in Europe. They asked me to turn it into a TV show. I still at the day job. I had no idea what I was doing. My camera guy that helped put that together decided he was going to move to Vegas and shoot porn, and left me by myself. So I got Final Cut for Dummies 3. This is before YouTube. It's 2005, 2006. So YouTube was just coming out. There was no DIY tutorials. I taught myself how to edit and made the TV show on my own, and aired 120 million households in Europe. Brought it back to the US 2009. And that's when I decided 10 years was enough left the financial world to do this full time. First thing I did was in 2010 was launch a distribution company. I have a situation with Sony Orchard. I've been with Sony for 11 years now. One of the very first releases we had was the Just Ice and KRS-One EP, which helped us get our deal.
Mhm.
From there, 2012, I launched the very first urban OTT network called iFame TV. We're the first urban channel on Roku. 2012. We're the second music channel. The first one I would give credit was Music Babel. Music Babel was all rock and pop at that time. We're the first one to put hip hop and R&B on Roku. And then fast forward, now we have 3 music TV networks: iFame, Humag Multimedia, and Video Vision, and of course everywhere: Apple, Roku, Google Play, Fire Stick, or
Nice.
HumagTV.com, and our free cell phone app. Um, in between, I've done a bunch of movies, produced movies, directed movies, did a movie in London. I just did a $3.75 million movie. I was the production manager for. It's coming out this summer. A lot of movie soundtracks. I had my own TV show, Infused, I directed on the Fuse TV network, and it was a reality show based off of making the show as well. And now I travel around speaking, man. I speak at a lot of music conferences, colleges, spoke South Korea, spoke to 50,000 kids in South Korea. I'm in New Jersey. I've been to Tulsa. I've been to Tampa. I've been everywhere around the U.S. speaking. So
Yeah.
I can share my knowledge and my adventures, man. They
Yeah.
inspire people. I do it.
Oh, bro. And then it sounds like everything is self-taught, like you said, from the ground up, huh? For the
Yeah, I
most
wish I
part.
had more mentors in this industry, man. I learned all by trial and error. Made a lot of
Yeah.
mistakes,
Yeah.
but that's why I try to help people now more. Because I wish I had people helping me more.
Understandable, man. And just from hearing your story, it sounds like you kind of did a lot of when you launched everything. It sounds like you launched a lot of it overseas first before you launched it here in the States.
Yeah, it's even now my distribution company, we have about 1,000 releases. We have a lot of overseas releases. We have Switzerland, Sweden, Czech Republic, Turkey, Dubai, Qatar, Australia, all over. We have artists all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I think, the appreciation for hip hop, it's different than the appreciation of hip hop over here.
Yeah.
It's not saying a good or bad thing. It's just different. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
That's dope. That's perfect because like I said, I live here in the Dallas Fort Worth area, but I don't, and it's I don't. Of course, I'm not like that as far as that. But when I first started my show and platform, I didn't focus on the Dallas Fort Worth scene. You know what I mean? Just because a lot of my ties were from New York and the back east and the West Coast, so I focused more out there. And it seems like now people are starting to check us out here in Dallas. You know what I mean? Because I always felt like I can get further by moving outward instead of trying to move inward. You know what I mean?
Now I know a lot of people don't want to hear this, but the Ghetto Boys are actually all from up here.
Mm-hmm.
Bushwick Bill is obviously Bushwick, New York. DJ Ready Red was from Trenton, who was a really close friend of mine before he passed away. And people don't know this, but Scarface is from Camden, New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
People don't know that. Now, Willie D's out there. I think he's from Houston.
Mm-hmm.
But the rest of them kind of came, which was kind of cool because it helped blew up the Houston sound because it didn't have that different influence from New Jersey, New York.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and Scarface is a different type of lyricist. He's not the typical Southern lyricist.
Yeah, but Houston got some dope artists out there, man.
Yeah.
Some dope artists out there.
So distribution, man. As far as when you're out there basically looking for talent, stuff like that. How does one come in contact with you, or is it the other way around? Are you out there looking, or does the talent always find its way to you?
You know what? We kind of, it's mostly referrals and repeat customers at this point. We get so many submissions. There's two things we look for. One is obviously the music, but two is the person. Like I talk to every single person that comes across. I'm not like a DistroKid or TuneCore or CD Baby where you upload something, you're one of 20,000 uploads for the day that no one cares about. Like I talk to all my artists because it's about a relationship with me. I don't want you running out there saying you're with me, and it's not a good look for me. So not saying it's really an interview process, but it kind of is. And I don't advertise at all. You don't see ads running for my company. We get so many referrals as it is right now that we're just going through the referrals, and we get some great music. Make sure you have to own your own music. We don't take leases. Yeah, we because my name's attached. It's got to be good stuff, man.
Yeah.
But we take everything. Though majority of our artists are hip hop and R&B. We have jazz, we have gospel, we have EDM, we have pop, we have rock, we have children's album, we have comedians, we have a couple comedy albums. Got a lot of big records, man. We got a Grammy Award-winning record, a couple #1 Billboard records. But we're very careful who we pick up, man, because it's working with good people. Because I look at my distribution kind of like a family in a way. It sounds kind of corny, but here's the thing: is like that was when the guys that ran a fraternity house back in the day.
Yeah.
So I threw the parties. I was the guy, the social guy that was in charge of the parties and everything like that in the fraternity house. So I kind of run my business the same way. Like we want to be the cool kids on campus, not the little nerdy ones in the back that no one wants to go visit. We're the ones that throw the parties. We're the one that people want to come to, that everybody wants to be a part of, and everyone that comes over never leaves.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I like about it is 11 years, I can't even think of anyone that really left because they weren't happy. People left because they had better situations, which I help them get if possible. But everyone they like working with me, and I like if you go to a DistroKid or TuneCore or CD Baby first. So when you come over, you really see the difference. You're like, wow, this is how distribution should be.
Yeah.
Talking to somebody, having someone push you, having someone have your back, do things. We do playlisting. I have the 3 TV networks. We break our own music videos. We do a lot of stuff that nobody else does. We're a member of the Grammys. That helps some get Grammy considerations. I've gotten stuff in it. We have 6 different playlists on Amazon, Apple, YouTube, Tidal, Pandora, and Spotify. So we help the playlisting. We do a lot of stuff that nobody else does.
Yeah, and it sounds all organic too, which is what I love. I love that organic feeling of, like you say, you talk to these artists personally, so it's not like they're just another number to you, or they're just an email or a
Yeah, we
telephone.
turn a lot of people down, man. It's never been about the money to us. It's about building a great team.
Yeah,
We just work together, and
yeah,
I want you guys to be happy working with me, as well as me being happy working with you guys. Sometimes someone calls you, you look at your phone, you're like, oh man, it's that guy again.
yeah.
I never want to have that problem. I'm like, oh, cool. So and that's how I live. I'm up to 4 or 5 o'clock every single night. I
Yeah,
look at every email, every text, and I love what I do. I talk to every single client, and I love the fact that they're excited to work with me as I am to work with them.
definitely, man. That's dope, man. So do you at some point do you get burned out with the submissions, or do you take personal time? Do you try to have a little bit of balance?
I mean, the worst part about this job is like when I'm done working,
Mm-hmm.
I don't listen to music.
Yeah,
I don't listen to music in the car unless it's my clients. I'm like listening for reasons. I have no idea what top 40 is right now. I don't really go out obviously because of COVID anyway, but if I go to the clubs, I don't even know what's being played.
yeah,
I I'm fortunate to have great music in front of me all the time,
yeah,
but most people never heard it. It's all independent music, so I don't need to know what else is out there. So if I'm driving in my car, I'm either on the phone, hands free, of course. I'm listening to my artist, or I'm just no music at all. You know,
yeah, yes.
so
I
it's
love.
like if you love to paint, if that's your thing, if you're a painter, you don't want to paint your time off. You just want to do something else.
Yeah,
You know,
I hear you on that, man. I'm the same exact way. I don't know what a top 40 song is, and I sound like the old guy on the block. I'm like, who the hell is that?
yeah,
My kids, my 19-year-old is like, oh, have you heard song? I'm like, who the hell is that? No, listen to this
how you
John
not
Jay.
know so and so? Don't you do music?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
yeah, but
yeah, yeah. I'm like,
I'm
listen
a
to
vote a
this.
member of the Grammys. I vote my guys in. If they don't get there, I don't know who beat them. I don't even,
Yeah,
I don't know who
yeah,
a lot of these people even are. They're getting,
yeah,
but
man.
it is what it is.
So how about this for similar, like I said, it's like everybody, just like music, everybody's a rapper, everybody has a some sort of platform now. How do you actually? That's a loaded question. What would you say would be the best way to really get into the business if you really want to do something as far as positive? Because you see it all the time. I know you see it all the time where people, they have these Facebook accounts and they have these pages and they're like, give me $25 and I'll play your record. I personally hate that. You know what I mean? I don't think that's a good way to build a relationship with an artist. I like to do the organic thing. I like to really listen to the records and play the records and try to break the records as a DJ. Because I want to make a change kind of thing. So for someone who says that they really want to do something like this, what would you say would be the best way to kind of get it started?
You got to figure out how to outwork me.
Mm-hmm.
And not saying me specifically, but someone like me, because the people that win are those that have no idea what's on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's not watching TV. That's not wasting time doing stuff. Like I work all the time. I love what I do. I would never change it for the world, but I work all the time.
Mm-hmm.
The way I talk about it is just 2 things. We have the inside the box and outside the box syndrome. So basically, you have to develop your inside the box, which everybody knows about. You have to get your Spotify, your Tidal. I'm sorry, your spot, your Facebook, your Instagram, all your YouTube views. We get it. And then we're like, oh, you have to get this up. We got it. But once you get that, now you have to figure out how to draw attention outside the box, which is the hard part. You may have the greatest numbers in the world or great numbers, but you still have to figure out how to get people to notice you. And that's when the outside the box thing. If you do the outside without the inside, people are going to come see you and you have nothing there. So you have to figure out how to do both sides. So it's twice as hard. But I also tell people, don't get caught up in going into the studio and making albums and albums and albums and focus on one single. Just put everything to have it. Make sure you own the track. Spend your money on owning that track. Spend your money on the promotion for it. Push it single by single. Do it right, because there's so much music on these platforms every single day. It's like there's no more albums. If you're putting an album out, this playlist are the new albums.
Yeah.
People aren't going to listen to a whole album for 45 minutes. They may pick a couple songs and, but there's still some that do. Once they know who you are, then they'll listen to your whole album. But if you're new, don't do albums, just drop singles.
Yeah,
that's following. So your monthly listeners go up on Spotify. Then you start figuring out how to do all that.
Yeah, me and my partner say that all the time. Single them to death. Just single them to death until they want the album or they want the EP. You know what I mean?
Then you put the album together and you put the singles on the album, and guess what? All the ISRCs transfer over.
Mhm.
You drop your album, you may have 50 to 100,000 streams already before the album even drops because they'll
Yep.
transfer over.
Definitely,
That's a
definitely,
better
definitely.
look. And you have
Yeah.
all under 1,000, under 1,000, under 1,000, you know.
Yeah. So how's Who Mag? How you guys been dealing with the current with the COVID situation? Has business been? Have you had to outthink that now as far as that, or is things just kind of business as usual for you right now?
Um, People always ask me, how do I do so much? Because I do a lot. I mean, I have the distribution on 3 music TV networks, 3 music TV shows, the film company, all this different stuff that I do. And the thing is, like, it all kind of coincides with each other. But when COVID hit, it was like, okay, the film department shut down. There's no more
Mhm.
movies. Now, I just did this big movie, and I was hired to work on these bigger movies, and I was so excited. And I did all this location management for the first 2 months, January and February, so it got shut down. Stopped the TV shows, you know what I'm saying? But the TV networks, everyone's getting Netflixed out. So where they coming? They're coming to me.
Yeah.
So the TV networks blew up. They're already big, but they blew up even more.
Mhm.
And the distribution, it's funny because when it first hit, it tanked because no one had money. Everyone was scared about putting out songs and making songs. But I think once the unemployment, people started getting unemployment and stimulus checks, everyone went out and bought their own studios because the studios were shut down.
Mhm.
We started building our own studios. Now we're having more music than ever, and people can be more creative. So we have so many great submissions. So the distribution blew up, especially in the last 6 months.
Mhm.
And the TV networks blew up. Like everyone's watching our stuff. Like our views are going through the roof right now. They've always been high, but now it's just like insane.
Yeah. And on the typical distribution situation for an artist, do you do it by singles? Do you do it by EPs, or
Everything.
just whatever you feel like is the best situation?
No, I mean, here's the thing. I'm a distribution company. I'm not a label. So the label, they decide what they want to do.
Okay.
As the artist, I can give you some advice, but it's not my decision. If you come with an album, you come with an album. I mean, again, we don't pick up everybody, but if you come with a great album, we're not going to tell you not to put it out. Of course, we're going to tell you to put it out. You know, it's still your decision in the day. I'm not going to tell you how to do your job. You know, you have your own vision. As an artist, you know, like back in the day, albums were always, not always, but a lot of albums had stories the way they were tied together.
Mhm.
You can't tell someone not to do that because it's still dope hearing that stuff. Because every listener is different. So we do it all. Everything.
Nice, man. And well, one day you'll get a vacation, brother, because I see you out here just working.
You know, I used to travel a lot, man.
Yeah.
Because of my work. So I always have like built-in vacations.
Perfect.
We're going always traveling somewhere, and you know, COVID's been shut down. So
Perfect. So what projects we got right now we pushing? What's some of the things that need to be on our radar?
I know you got Lush one in a little bit.
Mhm.
We just put out his new record. We got a lot of records, man. And I hate saying names because we drop about 60 to 80 a month now. So people always get mad if I forget them. But we are working very close. We have you know, we're big with the international artists. One of our artists, we can say Bo Johnson was the #1 artist on Release Radar last week, which is Spotify's top dance chart. Our artist Rego from the Czech Republic, he was the #3 artist on YouTube Music. Our artist Kai, she's got 2.1 billion TikTok views. We're working on something with her.
Okay.
We have so many great records, man. We have Pop the Brown Hornet from Staten Island featuring
Salute to him. Yeah, friend of the show. Yeah.
Force MD's Daydreaming right now. It's been the #1 video on Daily Motion for almost 2 weeks. So I'm just saying those because they just have those accomplishments. Because I hate the advice to start drop. We have so many great artists, man. It's that's the hard part. It's like we have so many great releases. It's like, you know, it's hard to say, oh, who you listen to? I said everybody. Everyone we distribute, I listen to. Because if I want to listen to it, I want to pick it up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
For sure. Well, I'll tell you what, man. I like I said, we here at the show, it's independent. You know, we do independent music and everything, and then I got my own television and radio platform. Man, I would love we could work something out where I can create maybe a Who Mag, you know what I'm saying, takeover episode or whatever that we can do, just to get those artists some more spins, man. Just because I have an addiction to music, man, and I love hearing new music. So I would love to partner up with you somehow and just
we got great music, man. It's like and that's the reason why I don't know what's on the radio. Like, why would I want to listen to what's on the radio when I have all these submissions from incredible artists and I can know them too? It's like, yo, it's not even like I got this. It's more like, yo, these are my friends now. And they're giving me some crazy songs that are blowing my mind. Like, And I'm a songwriter too. Like I wrote the Force Indies last song,
Mhm.
my song, and I've written a couple other songs too for people. So I love doing that too. But I'm just fortunate to be like you, just fortunate to be around great artists and work with great artists and make a career out of it, man. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
Merrill Lynch, like I had worked at Merrill Lynch, JP Morgan, and Bear Stearns, and I had bosses on top of bosses on top of
Yeah.
bosses. I was so miserable. And here's the thing, right? You never realize how miserable you are until you remove yourself from the situation.
Yeah.
And realize how miserable you are. Like I felt old. Like I felt angry.
Mhm.
You know, you've been to Vegas. I'm sure you know you're in Texas, where in Vegas, like when you get out of the hotel, it's like 120 degrees, dead heat.
Yeah.
The door opens and it hits you in the face. Like when I was in Merrill Lynch and there's elevator doors open, that's how I felt with the negative energy every day.
Yeah.
And you learn to adjust to it. It'd be part of your life.
Yeah.
And you just like, all right, well, I guess another day in the office and you deal with it. But when you remove yourself and you surround yourself and do something you love to do, and you're around great, talented people all day, it's like a blessing, man. Like you can't get better than that.
Yeah, they motivate you to keep going, man. I definitely feel it. I had a position where I was in the management type position and I was miserable, man. And I literally was like, I can't do it. I don't, you can't pay me enough to answer calls on the weekend when I'm with my family and stuff like that. So I was just like, I'll take less money just to have a better lifestyle.
Yeah.
Because it's like you said, it's miserable, man. It's, you know, especially if you're not doing what you love. So I love this space a whole lot more. It puts a smile on my face when I do this, man. So it's dope, man. It's dope, brother. Social media, man. What's the best way we can follow the journey, man? And how can we get in contact?
I'm easy to find, man. All my social media is Humag. We're the first hip hop company ever verified on Facebook. WHO, my Humag TV page on Facebook was the first verified, but my personal one's Humag. My Instagram's Humag. I don't judge me on TikTok. I literally just started a TikTok page. But everything else, I'm everywhere, man. Humag. And you know, humagtv.com. You can go to humagdistribution.com. You can go to those are our sites and very easy to get a hold of.
Dope, man. Well, like I said, brother, the doors are always open, man. And we're gonna talk to Lush here in a little bit after this. So the door's always open for the artists, man. Send them our way. The mixtape show is home. You know, we call them alumni, and whatever they need, man, we're gonna do everything we can do to promote them as best as we can, man.
That's perfect. Thank you.
All right, man. His name is Ralph Schwartz. He is the CEO of Humag, and you definitely want to check him out if you're an artist, man. Peep what he got going on. Reach out to him. He seems like he's easy to get a hold of. You know what I mean? But give him some time to respond, though. Don't think he's gonna call you back right away.
I'm probably gonna be doing the mixtape show. So
exactly.
Right away.
Exactly.
That's probably why.
There we go, man. And we'll be right back. Hold on, just a second, okay, bro?